Just 2 minutes, inshallah. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us on day 2 of the Global Conference for Diaspora Networks in Science. In case it's your first day joining us today, just a brief about the organizers. The main organizer of the conference is SASTA. SASTA, a nonprofit organization that aims to improve the quality of research in the Arab world. And we do that through different strategies. One of these strategies involves our conference today, actually, where we're inviting representatives of diaspora networks, of science diaspora networks from all over the world to come and share with us their success stories and their challenges for the benefit of all of us. Now we're getting ready to start a very exciting session from Sudan. The session will be recorded. It's my honor to present to you the hosts of the session. First of all, we have Dr. Shahnaz Osman. Dr. Shahnaz is an e-learning consultant at University of Khartoum, the Faculty of Medicine. And she's a Google certified trainer and an SDG's ambassador. And also joining Dr. Shahnaz is Dr. Amani Zain Al-Abidin. She's an assistant professor of genetics and animal breeding at the Omdurman Islamic University. And she is the Deputy Dean of the Distance Education and E-Learning. Without further ado, Dr. Shahnaz, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Hussein. Thank you very much. And thank you, Sasta, for inviting us for this opportunity. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are. And welcome to the Global Diaspora Network in Science. This session will be presented by me, Shahnaz Abdurrahman, and Dr. Amani Zain Al-Abidin we will be proposing a model for a global academy to achieve SDG4. Before we get started, I'd like to encourage you all to use the chat box to ask your questions and to share any comments you have during the session. This will be about 15 minutes of presentation, but we will always make time for inspiration and questions. At the end, I will make sure that your questions get answered. Now, Dr. Amani will start with an in-light introduction about the main concept, and the next, I will present the model, the proposed model. A little about Dr. Amani Zain Al-Abidin more. She holds a BSc in Animal Production, University of Khartoum, and MSc in Animal Production, specialization, Genetics and Animal Breeding, University of Khartoum, PhD in Genetics and Animal Breeding, University of Khartoum. She is working as a trainer for many courses and workshops in the Arab Organization for Agricultural Development in the field of genetics improvement and breeds conservation. She is interested in e-learning and the application of e-learning systems. She is currently working as Deputy Dean of the Distance Education and E-Learning Deanship, Durman Islamic University. She is an Assistant Professor of Genetics and Animal Breeding at Department of Animal Production, Faculty of Agriculture at Durman Islamic University and the International University of Africa. Thank you, Amani, for joining us today, and the stage is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Shahinaz and member of SASTA, and welcome the beautiful presence, and let me start our session together.
Yes, Dr. Amani, the screen is shared.
Okay, Dr. Shahinaz. In September 2015, the General Assembly of United Nations adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which includes 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. The Sustainable Development Goals, also known as the Global Goals, as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that by 2030, all people enjoy peace and prosperity. All 193 United Nations members countries signed on to 15 Sustainable Development Goals to create the future we want in 2030. The 5 P's at the heart of the 2030 agenda are 5 critical dimensions, which is people, prosperity, planet, partnership, and peace. Generally, sustainable practice can help build up community bonds, improve quality of life, and provide hope for a better future. Environmentally sustainable practice can help protect natural resources, mitigate and adapt to climate change, and promote biodiversity. Sustainable Development Goal 4 is about quality education. It's among the 15 Sustainable Development Goals. The full title of SDG4 is Ensure Inclusive and Equitable Quality Education and Promote Lifelong Learning Opportunities for All. The SDGs 4 aim to provide children and young people with quality and easy access to education in addition to other learning opportunities. One of its targets it is to achieve universal literacy and numeracy. SDG4 in number, according to the Global Education Report 2021 by UNESCO, achieving universal upper secondary education by 2030 could lift 60 million out of poverty. Poorest countries will achieve universal primary education 100 years later than riches. 1/10 rich countries will not achieve universal upper secondary completion by 2030. Also, the report shows that on current trend, contrary to global commitment for 2030 universal primary education will be achieved in 2042. Universal lower secondary completion in 2059 and universal upper secondary completion in 2084, according to the UNESCO URL. The SDG targets, there are 7 targets which are expected outcomes and 3 targets that are means of achieving these targets. The first, universal primary and secondary education. By 2030, ensure that all girls and boys complete free, equitable and quality primary and secondary education, leading to relevant and effective learning outcomes. Early childhood development and universal pre-primary education. By 2030, ensures that all girls and boys have access to quality early childhood development, care, and pre-primary education so that they are ready for primary education. Equal access to technical, vocational, and higher education. By 2030, ensure equal access for all women and men, and quality technical, vocational, and tertiary education, including university. Relevant skills for decent wear. By 2030, increase the number of youth and adults who have relevant skills, including technical and vocational skills for employment, decent job, and entrepreneurship. Gender equality and inclusion. By 2030, eliminate gender this in education and ensure equal access to all levels of education and vocational training for neighbor, including persons with disabilities, indigenous people, and children in vulnerable situation. Universal youth literacy. By 2030, ensures that all young and substantial proportion of adults, both men and women, achieve literacy and numeracy. Education for sustainable development and global citizenship. By 2030, ensure that all learners acquire the knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development, among other through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyle, human rights, gender equality, promotion of a culture of peace and non-violence, global citizenship, of cultural diversity, of culture contribution to sustainable development. The effect learning environment. Build and upgraduate education facilitates that are child disability and gender sensitive and provide safe, non-violent, inclusive and effective learning environment for all. Scholarship. By 2030, significantly expect globally the number of scholarships available to developing countries in partial least developing countries, small island developing states, and African countries for enrollment in higher education, including vocational training and information and communication technology, technical engineering, and scientific programs in developing countries and other least developing countries. Teacher and educators. By 2030, significantly increase the supply of qualified teachers, including through international cooperation for teacher training in developing countries, especially least developing countries and small island development. Thank you very much for your patience and attention. Now, Dr. Shahinaz will explain the proposal model. A little bit about Dr. Shahinaz. She is an associate professor of educational technology, Google certified trainer and educators group leader, GEG Sudan, e-learning consultant with the Faculty of Medicine, University of Khartoum, community leader at International Society for Technology in Education, SDG ambassador from Teach and Apply Digital Skills Ambassador from Google. Welcome again, Dr. Shahinaz, and thank you, Sasta.
Thank you, Dr. Amani. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I will be presenting the model, which is a proposed model for a global academy to achieve SDG 4. To talk about the rationale of this paper, firstly, I would mention that the sustainable development always encourage us to conserve and enhance our resources by gradually changing the manners in which we develop and use technologies. All countries should meet their basic needs of employment, food, energy, water, sanitation, and education. The SDGs 2020 report, as Dr. Amani mentioned in numbers, makes clear that the world is not on track to achieve its global goals by the global goals by 2030, and it's already approaching 8 years, maybe 5. Even before the COVID-19 outbreak, progress had been spotty. Now with the pandemic, and after the pandemic, which is continuing till now, the progress has stalled, and in some cases, decades of progress have been reversed. As we learn from the numbers that Dr. Amani mentioned before, we can see the need of to review our targets, limits, and progress and regulation. Let's admit that everyone has rights for equal opportunity for education, but also every one of us have responsibilities towards SDG4 and achieving that. Rules must be established widely and policies to follow and amplify the possibility of being held accountable of action and deeds towards achieving SDG4. SDGs, all the SDGs, and especially the SDG4, its individuals' responsibilities as much as governments and NGOs or groups. Let's see the vision for the model. I suggest that the model will target the general education, or the K-12 and the kindergarten, starting from the kindergarten till the K-12, the general education, the upper secondary school. The vision will be about to educate all, or to achieve literacy, to educate all individuals in the world and reach 2030 with zero ignorance. Or so let's get started with that. The mission is to deliver accessible, self-governing, motivating, and lifelong universal learning with responsibility from all individuals, governments, NGOs. Everyone have responsibility towards achieving SDG4. Okay, the goals is not limited to that, but I think the goals will be eliminate of ignorance, of literacy, achieve literacy, educate all. We need to increase the awareness of responsibility towards SDGs through this model of academy. And we would like to offer flexible workspace, or reach to offer flexible workspace for learners from all over the globe, offer accessible education for all also, and to offer information in more than one format, and to optimize teaching and learning for all. This is the goals. It's not limited, as I said, to that, but just a proposed model, as I said. The approach we will follow in this case, in my model or our model, we suggest following the universal design, the universal design of learning, UDL. It's a way of thinking about teaching and learning that helps give all students an equal opportunity to succeed. This approach offer flexibility in the ways students access material, engage with it, and show what they know. It is a set of guidelines, principles used in designing curriculum and lessons from earliest stage so that the greatest number of students will be able to learn most effectively and deeply. The design process leads to flexible materials and lessons that can be utilized by all students. There are three main principles of UDL, which is representation, which means that UDL recommends offering information in more than one format. And number two, action and experience. The UDL suggests giving learners more than one way to interact with the materials and show what they have learned. And don't forget that there are low-income countries which have problem and lagging technologies. Number three, the engagement. The UDL encourages teachers to look for multiple ways to motivate students. The universal curriculum. We have to follow the universal curriculum. The universal curriculum is a path that will lead us to achieve our goals. The teachers will guide their students over the course using the curriculum. So it's very important to have a universal curriculum that delivers knowledge, skills for all students in equal ways. This design must aim to customize the curriculum as per the needs of the students. Its core philosophy is that each student is unique and there is no standard curriculum that can fit all of them. Differentiate instructions, plans can be prepared to suit each student requirement. To do so, we need to gather a big team of experts, such as curriculum and designers and developers to the curriculum, community experts, instructional designers, psychology experts, and also the topics or the subject experts, and more over than that. Also, we have to follow the universal assessment tools. The universal assessment tools must be designed and developed to allow participate of the wide possible range of students to consider that they achieve the main goals of a specific course and to determine which of them still need help and support to offer for them. This design aims to customize the assessment as per the needs of students, offering different tools of assessment. Some countries have problem accessing the internet, so it must fit their needs with offline assessment or paper and pen exams. And others can access the online assessment, but prefer the multimedia e-test or the oral exams or the seminars and presentations or drawing, progress monitoring, and so on. And also this kind of assessment, to design this kind of assessment tools, we need together a big team of experts also, the evaluation and assessment experts. Also the community expert must be included here, and the instructional designers, the psychology expert, and the subject expert. And also we need, and this I call this number one to succeed, number one feature to succeed, the stakeholders. Stakeholders are individuals or group who have an interest or concern for achieving SDG4. Every stakeholder plays a different significant role in supporting this initiative. Who are the possible stakeholders? Okay, they might include, but are not limited to, telecom and internet and technology companies, government and NGOs, big data analyzers, and even individuals volunteer with interest. Where there is trust, people work together more easily and effectively. We have to invest efforts, identify to build stakeholder relationship that will increase confidence and sustainability across the initiative to minimize uncertainty and speed up problem solving and help in decision making. And definitely there are other success stakeholders, including families, guardians, teachers, administrators, education and school staff, business.
Sorry, everyone, we have a bit of a technical difficulty, but we'll be right back.
دكتورة شاهيناز مالك.
Hi, Dr. Amani. We're asking if you've been able to reach Dr. Shahinaz. You're on mute. Please unmute. There is the microphone at the bottom left. You can find the microphone at the bottom left to unmute. We can't hear you. Dr. Amani, could you share screen so we could show you how to unmute? Yes, great. Thank you, Dr. Amani. Could you please click on Zoom at the bottom? On Zoom's icon next to PowerPoint. Could you go a bit down? Yes, to the left. No. To the left again, please. Yes, just a bit to the left. No. Dr. Amani, there's Zoom's icon you're just above it. Okay, I think Dr. Shahinaz is back. Welcome back, Dr. Shahinaz. Can you hear us?
I'm sorry, Lena and Al-Hussein. I'm sorry, a problem happened with my computer. It started updating suddenly.
Okay.
It's okay, no problem.
I'm sorry for that.
No problem.
I will
We can
continue from where
we
I
have 13 minutes.
and I will make it short.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, I talk about the stakeholders. Then I would like to mention that we must provide a clear path to accreditation process for this academy model or the approval for the academy to ensure that the certificates earned will be accredited all over the globe by undergo a comprehensive review of the academy mission, faculty, qualifications, curricula, and the process includes self-evaluation, peer review, committee review, and the development of in-depth strategic plan. We can follow a 4-element process. First of all, the enrollment of this must be clear and easy, available for all, so everyone should know how to begin the enrollment process and how to keep register as students until graduate and to track their progress. Then element 2 is the assessment. The assessment for the model should work to ensure that the education provided is achieving the targets of quality education and to ensure inclusive diversity, quality standards, and that the academy program complying with the requirements associated with the accreditation process. Then the element 3, the board and the reviewer committee. The final accreditation decision should be made by a board of reviewers. Each curriculum that being designed or developed should be designed to assigned to a board of reviewer or committee. Then the element number 4 will be the maintaining compliance and accreditation and re-accreditation. A successful re-accreditation is contingent upon the ability of demonstrate continued compliance with applicable standards during the period being reviewed. The academy must also have a reliable system for ensuring that periodic reports, analysis, reviews, and other activities mandated by applicable accreditation standard, which must be accomplished during the implementation period. Then we have to think about the accessibility. Accessibility in the model, in this model, means to give all people the same access to the educational experience, services, and information, whether a person has disability or not, different gender, different ethnic groups, different culture, and whatever. Another important element is the ease of access for a student who needs this. It will be for all, free of charge, easy, internet free, special needs, respectful, vulnerable groups, respectful or friendly, low income countries, friendly, country under conflict also, respecting diversity, different culture, delivering knowledge and skills with their own languages for each country with its language. Also, we have to think about the sustainability. Providing the right information and education can change people's values and behaviors, encouraging them to adopt more sustainable lifestyles. It can also break the cycle of poverty and disease that affect so many worldwide. We are in education. We know that education is the key to solving all the problems. So we are targeting sustainable system that refer to educational practices that contribute to the continually evolving, healthy learning ecosystem in which knowledge is created and shared in the whole global community. Then we must think deeply about the continuous evaluation and improvement. To ensure that, I suggest to follow the dimming cycle. What is the dimming cycle? To ensure the quality and maintain it, we must follow a management style. And I recommend that it's called the PDCA, which is plan, do, check, and act. The dimming cycle, management, methodology that aim to continually improve process. This cycle is based on 4 stages, as I said: plan, do, check, and act. To adopt market change, improve efficiency, boost productivity, and meet the needs of beneficiaries. Having a method is requirement, and the dimming approach is not just about improving process, but it can also be about improving the entire system in general. The key point on which dimming was working are having a system of continuous quality improvement, reducing errors and defects through higher level of quality informally, and understanding the meaning of quality in the context. Finally, I would like to mention that we must have a clear road map, path to achieve this. How could that happen? It's not limited to that, but in generally, we have to release the call for everyone, individuals, stakeholders, groups, and members of the communities. Everyone must be involved in this kind of initiatives. Then we have to establish teamworks and design this teamworks with leadership responsibilities. And we have to follow up, to manage the follow-up reports and how to collect data from the educational community all and the global community. And we have to consider the continuous development and following the reports about the continuous development. And we have to draw a clear milestones to let it easy to cross this roadmap. This is what I would like to mention so far, and I'm very pleased to be here with you all today. And I'm so sorry for the inconvenience that happened with my internet or my device. And thank you, Dr. Amani, for being here today. And I would like to see if anyone have any question. I would be pleased to, or comments, I will be pleased to answer me and Dr. Amani. If there's any questions, I will be pleased to answer it. There are 5 minutes. Yeah, inshallah. If there's any questions or even comments, I will be ready to answer.
Thank you, Dr. Shahinaz, and welcome back. And also thank you, Sasta, for organizing this event and invite us. Thank you.
I think Mr. Al-Hussein, I think there are no questions.
Yes, but we really appreciate having you, Shahinaz and Dr. Amani. Thank you so much for your time and your lovely presentation. If you'd like to leave your contact information in the chat, that would be really helpful for the attendees.
Yeah. Let me just click on the presentation with my. I will be glad if you can follow us on or visit our website or follow us on Twitter or contact us via email. And I will drop my email in the chat box. Thank you for everyone.
Amazing. Thank you so much. If you also have any closing thoughts or remarks, please share them. All right, that will wrap things up here. Thank you everyone for attending. We have another session starting in just 2 minutes. See you there. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Dr. Amani. Thank you, Dr. Shahnaz.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Amani. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shahnaz.
All right. Thank you.